Children, today I will continue with the explanation of part 2 of Act 1, Scene 1 from The Merchant of Venice. In part 1, we have already learned that Antonio was in a very sad mood and he himself does not know the reason why he is so sad. Even his two friends Salarino and Salanio are also trying to guess as to what the reason might be behind Antonio's sadness. Here Salarino also mentions the dangers faced by ships at sea. Dangers like strong winds, shallow waters, sandbanks and dangerous rocks. Now while they are standing and talking, Antonio's close friend Bassanio comes there with Lorenzo and Gratiano, two other friends. So Salarino and Salanio decide to go away from there. Now I will continue with part 2 of Act 1, Scene 1.
Antonio, your worth is very dear in my regard. I take it your own business calls on you, and you embrace the occasion to depart. Now Salarino earlier had said that he would have stayed there and made Antonio happy if worthier friends like Bassanio, Lorenzo and Gratiano had not come and stopped him. So Antonio tells Salarino that their worth, that is, he had great regard for both Salarino and Salanio also. Just as Bassanio was important for him, Antonio said that Salarino and Salanio also were good friends of his. I take it your own business calls on you, and you embrace the occasion to depart. And Antonio says, I take it. I take it means I think that. So Antonio thinks that they had some business, they had some work of their own, due to which they were taking that opportunity to go away from there. Embrace the occasion means take the opportunity. So the coming of Bassanio and the other friends had given Salarino an opportunity to go away from there. Enter Bassanio, Lorenzo and Gratiano. Salarino, good morrow, my good lords. So Salarino wishes them good morning. Bassanio, good signors both, when shall we laugh? Say when. You grow exceeding strange. Must it be so? So Bassanio, when he sees Salarino and Salanio also there, he asks them that when shall we laugh? That is, when shall they get together and have some talk and laugh together? Say when. You grow exceeding strange. They were not getting time to meet each other and talk and laugh. So Bassanio says that they were growing exceeding strange, means they were becoming more and more like strangers. Must it be so? Is it necessary that they should be like that? Salarino, we'll make our leisures to attend on yours. So Salarino says that we'll make our leisures. Leisures means free time, that they will take out some free time and meet Bassanio and they will have some conversation together. Exeunt Salarino and Salanio. Now exeunt here means, children, that it is a play. This Merchant of Venice, it is a play that is taking place on a stage. So when the actors, their role is over, they leave the stage. So that is called exeunt. So Salarino and Salanio leave the stage. Lorenzo, my lord Bassanio, since you have found Antonio, we too will leave you. Now after Salarino and Salanio had left, Lorenzo also feels that it is better that Antonio and Bassanio, the two close friends, have a talk with each other. So he decides that they should also go away from there. So he tells Bassanio that since he had found Antonio, it is better that we two, that is Lorenzo and Gratiano, will also leave. But at dinner time, I pray you, have in mind where we must meet. But Lorenzo at the same time requests Bassanio that he should remember the place where they are supposed to meet again during dinner time. Bassanio, I will not fail you. So Bassanio promises that he will meet them at the place where they have promised to meet at dinner time. Gratiano, you look not well, Signor Antonio. You have too much respect upon the world. Now before leaving, Gratiano looks at Antonio and he sees the change in Antonio's face. So Gratiano says that Antonio was not looking well, and he thought that he had too much respect upon the world. That is, Gratiano says that Antonio was not looking well because he was too much worried. He was very worried about the world. They lose it that do buy it with much care. And then Gratiano says that those who worry about worldly matters, who worry about the world, what is happening in the world, they are not really very happy. People all the time, if they are after wealth, if they are interested in collecting more and more wealth, then they are not able to enjoy that wealth because all the time they are anxious or worried about collecting more and more wealth. Believe me, you are marvelously changed. And then Gratiano says that Antonio had marvelously changed. Marvelously changed means that he had changed a lot. Antonio, I hold the world but as the world, Gratiano. So Antonio tells Gratiano that he was not worried about the world. I hold the world but as the world. He says that he thinks of the world as it is. He is not worried about what was happening in the world. A stage where every man must play a part, and mine a sad one. And Antonio considered the world to be like a stage where every man must play a part, where every man had a role to play. And mine a sad one. And Antonio says that he had a sad role to play. Maybe that is why he was sad at that moment. Gratiano, let me play the fool. Now here Gratiano says that let him play the fool. That is, let him play the role of a jester. Children, jester is a person who makes other people laugh by their tricks. In olden days, kings also used to have jesters in their courts who used to make them laugh whenever they were unhappy. So here Gratiano also wants to play the role of a jester in order to make Antonio happy. With mirth and laughter let old wrinkles come. Gratiano says that with mirth and laughter, that is, with joy and laughter, let there be wrinkles of old age on the face. Children, you must have seen that when we laugh, wrinkles are formed around the eyes and around the lips. So he says that one should be happy and laugh so much that wrinkles should appear on the face. And let my liver rather heat with wine than my heart cool with mortifying groans. And he says that let his liver, that is, his body, be warmed with wine rather than his heart, that is, his spirit, be cooled with mortifying groans. Means mortifying groans means painful cries. So instead of being sad, one should always be happy, which is good for the health of the body. Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster? And then Gratiano asks Antonio that why should a man like him with warm blood, who used to be happy and lively all the time, sit so seriously with a sad look on his face, like his grandsire cut in alabaster. That is like a grandfather statue made of alabaster. Alabaster is a white stone, children, used for making statues. You must have seen also that these statues of old men particularly have a very serious and sad look on their face. So Graciano asks as to why Antonio is also sitting like that statue with a serious look on his face. Sleep when he wakes. Sleep when he wakes means that why is Antonio motionless? He is just sitting still, doing nothing when he is awake. It seems as if he is asleep. And creep into the jaundice by being peevish. And what will happen when he is sad? When Antonio is sad, he will suffer from jaundice by being peevish. Peevish means bad tempered. Because in olden days people believed that jaundice was caused by bad temper. So Graciano also says that if Antonio is in a bad temper like this, then he will also suffer from jaundice. I tell thee what, Antonio, I love thee, and it is my love that speaks. Graciano says that he is telling all these things to Antonio because he loves Antonio, and it is his love that makes him speak. There are a sort of men whose visages do cream and mantle like a standing pond. Now here Graciano says that there are some type of men whose visages means faces, are without any expression, just like a standing pond. That is a still pond, a calm pond without any movement, that is covered with dirt. You don't know what is there under the water when it is covered with dirt. In the same way, we don't know what is in the mind of such serious people because they don't have any expression on their face. And do a willful stillness entertain with purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity, profound conceit. And such men deliberately remain silent and keep a serious look on their face to have a reputation. That is, they want people to know them for having wisdom, gravity means seriousness, and profound conceit, that is deep thought. So these people who look serious all the time, they just want to show other people that they are wise, serious, and are thinking deeply about something. So they just don't talk or remain silent all the time. As who should say, I am Sir Oracle, and when I ope my lips, let no dog bark. And it is as if they say that they are Sir Oracle. Oracle is believed to be the voice of gods. So when they open their lips, that is when they open their mouth to speak, let no dog bark. Let no dog bark is a phrase which means no sound should be heard. So these serious people don't speak much, but when they open their mouth to speak, they don't want anybody else to speak or interfere. O my Antonio, I do know of these, that therefore only are reputed wise for saying nothing. And then Graciano says that he knew of these, means he knew such men who were only reputed, who were only known to be wise for saying nothing. That is, they were known to be wise as long as they were silent, as long as they did not open their mouth and say anything. When I am very sure, if they should speak, would almost damn those ears which hearing them would call their brothers fools. And here he says that he was sure that when these people speak, then those who hear them would curse their ears for the sin of calling them fools. because they talk all foolishness. So these serious people, they all the time they used to remain silent, but when they open their mouth, they used to talk all foolish things. I'll tell thee more of this another time. And then Graciano says that he will tell more about all that some other time. But fish not with this melancholy bait, for this fool gudgeon this opinion. And then Graciano says that don't use melancholy bait, that is a sad look to catch fool gudgeon. Means gudgeon is a cheap small fish. In other words, Graciano wants to say that Antonio should not use a sad face to get cheap popularity. Come, good Lorenzo, fare ye well a while. I'll end my exhortation after dinner. And then he tells Lorenzo that they should leave now and fare ye well. He says goodbye, and then he says that he'll end my exhortation. Exhortation means his good advice after dinner. That means he had more advice to give to Antonio after dinner. Lorenzo, well, we will leave you then till dinner time. So Lorenzo also decides that they will leave Antonio and Bassanio free till dinner time. I must be one of these same dumb wise men, for Graciano never lets me speak. And then Lorenzo says that he also is going to be like one of those dumb wise men. Dumb means silent, wise men, because Graciano never allowed him to speak. Now Graciano was a very talkative man, and when he started speaking, he never allowed anybody else to speak. So Lorenzo says that he also was going to be dumb because Graciano never allowed him to speak. Graciano, well, keep me company but 2 years more, thou shalt not know the sound of thine own tongue. And Graciano jokingly here says that if Lorenzo keeps him company, is in his company for 2 more years, then thou shalt not know the sound of thine own tongue. That means then Lorenzo will not be able to recognize the sound of his own voice. So Graciano will not allow him to speak, and so a time will come when Lorenzo will not be able to recognize his own voice. Antonio, farewell, I'll grow a talker for this gear. And then Antonio says that he will start speaking after Graciano has given all his advice. Graciano, thanks, I faith. Now Graciano here says thanks, I faith, which means thanks indeed. For silence is only commendable in a neat's tongue dried. And he says that silence is only commendable. Commendable means praised in a dried neat's tongue, means ox tongue. Neat is an old term used for domestic cattle like cows, oxen and buffaloes. So silence is praised in a dried ox tongue. That is when it is not in a condition to make any sound. Exeunt Graciano and Lorenzo. So Graciano and Lorenzo also leave the stage. They go away from there. Antonio, is that anything now? Now after hearing what Graciano had said, Antonio says that is there any sense in what Graciano said? Is there any importance? Was there any sense in what he said? Bassanio, Graciano speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any man in all Venice. So Bassanio says that Graciano used to speak a lot and it was all nonsense, more than any man in all Venice. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat hid in 2 bushels of chaff. You shall seek all day ere you find them, and when you have them, they are not worth the search. And here Bassanio just gives an example of 2 grains of wheat which are hidden in 2 bushels of chaff. 2 bushels of chaff means 2 heaps of waste. Chaff is all the waste that is there left over after you remove the grains from the stalk. So 2 grains of wheat are hidden in 2 heaps of chaff, and the whole day you seek for them, you search for these 2 grains. And what happens when you get those 2 grains? Is it worth the search? 2 grains of wheat doesn't make any difference, which is of no use. In the same way, Bassanio here is trying to say that Gratiano speaks a lot and all his talk is of no use. It is all nonsense. You don't gain anything from his talk. Antonio, well, tell me now, what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of? Now Antonio here says that now Antonio wants to know about the lady whom Bassanio used to go and meet secretly, and Bassanio had promised to tell him that day about her.